Welcome to Neurocode. By the end of this video, you will be able to create a to-do list in which you can add a new task, you can view your tasks as well, and also you can delete a task. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Let's start by importing the libraries we will need. So main library is IOStream, which is required for every program, right? And we will write additional library of include windows.h. So using this windows.h, we can perform multiple operations like clear screen or pause the terminal, like system pause, as well as we can also use system color, using which we can change the colors of our text or background, right? So that's it for libraries. Now let's rewind how the to-do list works. Okay, we know that the to-do list has some tasks which we have to complete, right? So one option will be that we have to add new tasks, right? And the second option can be that we have to view our task, or the third could be that we have to delete our task. Like when we complete them, we just have to delete it, right? We will make the logic of our program in similar way. We will make it work exactly same at the very basic level, so that if you are beginner, you are learning new things and you just learned about for loops, while loops, switch statements, functions, then really this is the best project to do. Small project, it's not huge or something, don't worry. We will create a string array to store the task we have to do. Okay, and it could be multiple tasks as we know. So we will write string tasks and let's write its size of 10 is equal to, here we just assigned empty strings in all of these 10 tasks. And now we will need a counter variable as well. Counter variable. It will help us know how many tasks we have. Okay. So we will write int task count is equal to 0. Alright, that's it for the variables you need related to to-do list, right? Now we will create while loop to make the to-do list appear again and again until the user wants to end it, right? So we will write an option variable is equal to -1. Now we will write while loop with the condition that while option is not equal to 0, means that as long as the user doesn't want to end the program till that time, it should keep repeating this code, which will be inside the while loop. And here we will write the menu things. Okay. So first of all, let's write to-do list. Okay. And at this point, we will write options, like different options that user can enter, and according to that, the user can perform multiple operations. So let's write option 1 to add new task. Like if the user wants to enter new task, now the user can click on option 1 to view tasks. Alright. And the third option can be delete the tasks. Alright. And the last would be that if the user wants to end the program, to terminate the program, or to close the to-do list, then the user enters 0. So let's write cout 0 terminate the program. Alright, that's it for the menu that we will show. Okay, and now we know that the user will enter anything, right? So we will do cin option for that. And from here we will create switch statement, and the rest of work we will do inside the switch. We will write switch, and inside we will write option. Let's write the cases inside the switch one by one. And our first case is to add a new task, which will be case 1. Okay, and this is the body of the case. Inside it we will write our code. First of all, we have to check that if our task list is full. For example, if there are already 10 tasks stored, right, then the array will be full. For example, if there are 10 tasks which are already stored in this array, then it will be filled, right? And we cannot enter new because there is no space for that. So we will write an if statement for that. If task count is greater than 9, because it will start from 0 to 9, right? So if it is greater than 9, then we will see out task list is full. Okay, that's it. And in else case, we just simply ask it to enter a task, and then we store it in the task variable. So we will write cout enter a new task. Alright. And after that, we will write something like cin.ignore. It will not take the empty spaces, and it will be helpful for us. Otherwise, our program will give us error. So you have to write it here because we are gonna get string input and we are gonna get it in line. Okay, and then we will write get line. Get line is a function in string to get a line or paragraph, whatever. Inside it we will write cin and then the name of variable, which will be tasks, and inside we will write task count. Okay, we have done this, and after that we will increment the task count with 1 so that next time it enters in another task. And after this else we will just write break. Okay, our first case is completed now, and the second case was to view the task, right? So for that, let's create a function first of all, which would be void display or print tasks, and it will take string array as input, and also it will take the number of tasks. Hmm? And it will just first of all print that tasks to 2. Mm, let's write for loop for int I is equal to 0 and I is less than task count, like as long as I is less than task count, and keep incrementing I with 1. And inside we will write cout task I plus 1. We will show in the form of 1, right? Or even let's show it with 0, starting with 0, and then we will modify it. Alright, that's it. And let's format it also little. So write C out and some dashes. And same way, let's write it down. Okay, now that's our printing function, which will print the number of tasks which we have to do. And now let's write the another case so that we can check it. In case 2, we will call this print task function, and inside we will put the tasks string plus the task count variable. Okay, and then we will just break. So let's try to run these two cases and see how they work. Now it appeared number one to add a new task and number two to view tasks. So let's add a new task and let's do it with subscribe to neuro code. And now we click on enter and it displayed again. Now what is happening here? See, here we wrote this while loop, right? First of all, it took this one and then it went inside the switch and then it made this code run by checking the condition first of all, and then this condition was false. It came inside this else and it took the input and then it break, and after that it will go back to option and the value we entered of option was 1. So 1 is not equal to 0, right? 1 is not equal to 0, they are different numbers. So again it will come inside and repeat the process. Okay, now let's try to view the task. Let's click on to enter, and it is showing that task 0 subscribe to neurocode, right? Now let's add another task and like as well. Okay, and now let's try to view it. See, task 0 subscribe to neurocode and task 1 as well, and we can add multiple tasks. And now if we try to view, see, task 0 subscribe, like, hello, smile. See, it's working. We are successful till here. And now let's try to terminate it. We will click on 0 and see, it closed. Because when it went to the while loop, 0 is equal to 0. This condition became false. So it came outside and closed the program. Finally, let's write our last case, which would be case 3. Case 3. And in it, we will delete the task, right? So first of all, let's write brackets for that. And inside, let's initialize a variable of del task. All right. And we will write enter a task to delete. And then we will see in del task. Okay. And now we have got this value and the user can enter any number, right? So in order to make surety that the user enter between 0 and 9, which is the size of the tasks, right? So in order to make surety about that, we will put an if statement. If del task is less than 0 or del task is greater than 9, any of this condition becomes true, then we say that you entered invalid task number end line. Okay, and then we just break it so that it runs again. And now after that, we will just replace the values. Think of it like if we have five tasks and we have to delete the third one, right? Then we will replace the third one with fourth one, means the fourth one will come at the location of third and the fifth one will come at the location of fourth. So let's do it. That 4 and I is equal to del task. We will start it from the number user entered and I is less than task count, means that while I is less than the total number of tasks which are inside this task list, till that time it will run by incrementing. Okay, and inside it we will just do that tasks I is equal to tasks I plus 1, means that replace this task with the next task. And after like we have replaced, now the last task now will be appearing two times. And in order to delete that last task, we will just do task count minus minus, where task count is equal to task count minus 1. Simple. This way, now we will have four tasks left. And first, second, third, fourth. Okay. And then let's break it and let's try to run it and see if it works. To-do list, add a new task. Hello, how are you? And then let's add again. I'm fine. Let's again. Okay, now let's view the tasks and see that we are having three tasks. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? Now, what if we try to delete the task 0? So let's say that we have to delete task 0. Now let's view. See, the first one, which was hello, how are you? It is deleted, right? And then what happened that I am fine came in the place of hello, how are you? And how are you came in the place of I am fine, right? And at the end, it decremented, like it reduced the number of tasks which we had. So it became 0, 1. And now this same way we can delete the first one also. And if we try to view it, now we have only one. And again, we can delete it, this remaining one also. Fine. And now if we try to view our list, it is empty. See. And from here we can terminate our program. So it's working 100%. We are sure about that. Now let's make our code more beautiful and modify it. First of all, let's write system CLS at the second and third. System CLS. Fine. And at the third one also we will write system CLS. And then we will print also. This way we will know which task we have to delete. Tasks, task count. Fine. And also let's create cases for terminating also. Case 0. Even though it's obvious that this will just go to while loop and it will terminate. But let's try see out also. Fine. End line. And then break again. And in default, we will write that see out. You entered invalid value. Fine. So that's it. Now let's try to run it and see how it is looking. To-do list came. And now let's say that we want to add a new task. Say hi. And then if we have to view it, it will show the task to do. Hi. What if we have to delete it? It will like show the task which are currently and tell the task number to delete. And let's write 0. Same way. It will just delete it. And now we are having empty. So it's working and that's great. Now let's terminate. Fine. And in case you want to add any color, we can also add colors. System, see, it is showing green color, dark green. So you are having a look of a programmer or a hacker. I hope your coding skills became better after doing this project. And there are multiple videos of other projects as well in this playlist. You can surely watch. And if you want to learn C++, there is a playlist for that as well. And subscribe to Neurocode in order to support me.